Um, basically, guys, I have um. Hold on, wait. Let me find my freaking shit. Me find my playlist and crap. Today's Slop reaction today. We're just gonna get right into it. We're not really gonna have any debate or any bullshit. No bullshit. We're just getting right into it. But before that, um, before we get into this Slop, we got a good video to curve your appetizer for the Slop. So basically, oops, let me go here. Yes. So, this is the battle I had. Oops. Let me just rename the scene. All right. Let me rename this. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, Goose and I had a fight. Not like a fight, like a drama fight, but we had a Wi-Fi fight. And interesting about this thing about this fight was actually a little cup battle. You know, the tier I specialize in, the tier I'm not trash at. So we had a little battle. It was Little Cup. My video will be coming out soon, but unfortunately, what I didn't realize, and I made the before I recorded, is I didn't realize that my but I had to like record the battle through DS capture. So use shout out to Use for giving me his save. Um, anyway, um, yeah, we're gonna watch along with this and just go over some stuff and stuff like that. Where the heck's my chat? There is. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, we'll just leave this over here. And oh my god, my chat windows just screwed up. Um, Come on, chat window, please, please. There we go. Okay. So basically, Use made a battle with us, with me. We did a battle. I'll tell you a story about this Wi-Fi battle I didn't tell you in the comment section. In the video, I mean, he was kind of rushed because well, I'm not gonna go into it, but pretty much there was errands, and then those errands postponed, and then the errands kind of started, and he had to kind of rush the battle a little bit. Well, no, I feel like I just gassed him, as usual, but we'll watch it live again and give him like a second view. So, watch the match.
Hello there everybody and welcome to a new Pokemon Black and White 2
Oh boy,
Wi-Fi battle.
Wi-Fi battle. Oh shit! Oh my god.
Yeah, we had
yeah, that's me, GZ. Yeah, that's me.
And we finally found some time to do it.
Yeah.
Today was kind of crazy for me. It was very hectic. You know that feeling when you have to battle or do something and your mind is not fully into
it's
it?
gassed.
It is what it is. At least we got ourselves a match.
Yeah, he got distracted. He said that's what they claimed, but I believe it.
Scarf Magnemite.
I know what it's like to get family, so like.
Defensive Whooper and a Scarf Bulbasaur on his team. I see threats. You see that Mantike? Well, let me tell you something. He has man in the name for a reason. Yeah.
I love this battle. Some of my favorite fights ever. Like I did against him.
And I also have some bad news for you guys. This is my last Pokemon battle ever.
Oh no! Last Pokemon battle ever. What shall we do? Oh shit.
Yeah. Not ever. I'm just taking a little break this August because I feel like I really need
it's a relief.
I feel like I need a little break to get some new ideas and have more energy to,
Yeah, we should do a battle sometime, Silverleaf.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's leading Baltor.
Yeah, this is the good videos before the Slop comes on, unfortunately.
I named him Masaroshi because of the rock behind his back. I have no idea.
Yeah, this is the battle meme you said. I'm going to be recording my commentary with it.
X-Scissor. I just wanted to get rid of that thing. I was like, okay, you know what? Let's set up our own rocks in comes.
Yeah, he set up the rocks too. I was not expecting. So I was not expecting the rocks there. I was just expecting him to like maybe go back and just show what happened. So I was expecting him to go for extra. That's why I just to finish me off. I wasn't expecting him to set the rocks, but he kind of like Okay, he's probably not going to stay in here and want to save the guy for later for Sack, but I guess he had a feeling this would come in. Like I don't know. I feel like he knew that I wouldn't want to keep this guy out, so I guess he just switched. I guess he's just set up because like I'm not gonna outspeed even if he does go for Earth Power or something or whatever move or something. But I guess he expected me to have Rapid Spin, but like no, I had Earth Power. I didn't have Rapid Spin on this team. Uh, the hazards are effective in Little Cup and Gen 5, but aren't as bad as you might think, because usually you get rocks up or spikes up. It's not as like level 100 guys where you're just spamming stuff, but yeah, you could just I gen these. I gen these because it's just faster to gen them, and I just gen them because it was faster. Uh, we both gen our mons when we play. It's not a really big deal. Um, but yeah, this is maybe before we get to more slop, we'll get into some of my stuff that I'm uploading. Kind of give commentary on some of the levels and explain some of the stuff that goes on in my levels, in my ILs. If you would like to see that, I could do that too.
And I'm like, okay, he's probably just gonna either rapid spin or set up spikes. I'm just gonna try to trap him with my Magnemite.
Yeah,
So
he
there
did
you have
right.
it.
He did right call.
You
He
are
called
trapped.
it.
You are trapped. Hidden power fire 4 times. Super.
So, by the way, my Pharaoh Seed's a special attacking one because the all right. So something about Little Cup. Sometimes like Pokemon will be special ones, even though their physical stat is better. Usually to catch stuff off guard, and because of the way the stats work. Because of the way stats work in Little Cup, sometimes you're better off teaching the special moves because your attack isn't much better when your special attack and the numbers are so small but you can get away with moves like Giga Drain, and this Ferrothorn was actually a Giga Drain hidden power fire for other steel types. Like I could have just thrown an HP fire, but I wasn't throwing an HP fire at a I could have thrown it at that guy actually. I think I could have put HP fire, but didn't. So it's like, let me set up the spikes and get up damage, get up the hazard, because I know he's gonna want to just get rid of this, which was kind of my thought process. So I was like, all right, Pharaoh Seed isn't really gonna do anything this game. Let's just pray the Whooper had unaware, which was pretty much my mindset.
Effective. Out of the way. Out
Yeah,
of the way.
yeah. There was nothing. Even having Violate, that was dying.
Bad thing is, we are locked into the hidden power fire, so
Yeah,
we're actually gonna switch.
and I actually didn't know he was scarfed. I was like, why did he switch? And then I realized that in later generations, Scarf Magnemite's a thing, and it's really good trapper. Like in the Gen 9, I believe it is, you can have a Terra. Used to, I think it's not banned in Little Cup. I'm not sure if it's banned in Little Cup, but for sure Gen 9 pretty much has sleep allowed, and because it's not broken there. Like it's not broken there, and they had Terra. I think Terra was the thing you can do. Like it's funny people banned the Voltorb because I made a very specific counter to Voltorb and Rhyhorn on Gen 9 Little Cup. So I run Terra Flying with Lightning Rod, Rhyhorn, and it just completely gassed all those Voltorb teams that were running around. Like it completely gassed them because I would set up screens and then I would just send out Rhyhorn and they'd always switch into Voltorb. And I'm like, oh wait, nope, Terra, and I just rock polish, and then they would SD, and then he wouldn't be able to do anything, and their team just dies. They finally banned the Voltorb because the Electric Grass is just too good for some reason. I don't know why they banned it. Kind of funny.
Out, and we're gonna send him Bulbasaur because we are the grass type in, but he's gonna see it coming. And there is the super effective Ice Beam. We can take it. We are Bulbasaur. No, we can't. Third rate starter alert.
Yeah, I actually predicted his Wooper to come in because I assumed the Wooper had a water absorb. I was completely thinking the opposite thing here, actually, use. I actually predicted Wooper to come in. Well, Bulbasaur came in. Well, free kill. I was not expecting that to happen. So I'm actually gonna show you the team after I'm finished. After I'm finished with the other guys fight. But I do have the. I did show Use the team because we fought. I'm not gonna show the other guy of the team. We didn't fight yet. So when the other team, I'll actually properly have a recorded battle in time. And Jamie Jones
This is
comes
why
in. I'm like,
people
what's
pick
this?
Charmander. I did not say that. You damn right I just said it.
So this guy sent in Shoulder. Chin Chao's speed stat's actually pretty fast. It's a clean 17 with timid, but I run my Chin Chao a little differently. I have a little bit of bulk investment, uh, because you want to have speed because my Chin Chao actually. I'm not gonna spoil the item because
Anyways,
what's it shown.
I'm gonna send in Shoulder thinking that he's scarfed.
Send him because he's scarfed. What do you mean he's scarfed? Shelter's slower than Chin Chao. You were cooked. Why would I be? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could run a scarf Chin Chow, but generally speaking, you're not real. I don't. With my set, you don't need to be a scarf. And actually, uh, you know, I'll get to it when I make the commentaries for both battles when I do the other battle with the other guy. But we make a team thing for this because the funny thing about this thing is that Chin Chow gets moves you wouldn't think it would get, which I will not spoil because I've not showed it. But it was.
But he's not, and he's going for Volt Switch, and he.
I'm like, what were you thinking? You should have double switched to Wooper, and then you could have just EQ'd, and then even if you didn't, even if you got burned, because I wouldn't have scalded, because I don't ever scald a Wooper because it can have the water absorb ability. It also can have the unaware ability, which isn't generally as good in Little Cup, but it is good enough in Little Cup sometimes. But I've been predicting the Wooper to come in, predicting the electric move. But I guess Bulbasaur made sense because he predicted the electric move, and you know that's what
Crits.
happened.
And that's probably. It
All right.
probably didn't matter. So he's just gonna.
So so this nickname is Silicon Valley. I don't know why I called it this, but the joke was it's I don't know why I named it Silicon Valley because you can't fit Valley fully, so I just named it Silicon Valley as Silicon Valley because it's annoying and stifles us. It's kind of a joke. Don't worry about
Get
it.
rid of my Shoulder for free. And in comes the man, Tyke. And I'm gonna send in my Drifloon.
Yeah, this
mines, because I have no idea what this thing could.
Yeah, this thing should have been Oranberry, and this thing should have definitely been Oranberry Curse Body or the other ability. I don't know what they were doing there. They probably should have Oranberry for sure. This should have been Oran. If you're running Drifloon, you run the. I run a. I recommend running Oranberry. Like, do not run anything else. Well, at least the Gen 6 because of knockoff and stuff. But yeah, if you're running, I recommend the curse set on Drifloon because it's really good. But people tend to run the Calm Mind one. I prefer Curse Acrobatics, Oranberry, because that way you get the curse off. If we're to switch, you just throw in Acrobatics at somebody. It's really funny when it happens. Pull off.
To be honest with you, he's gonna set up an agility.
But I go for the agility because
Psych has the +2 speed.
Yeah.
Goes for that super effective ice beam.
Yeah, Ice Beam just gases.
We're gonna go for a second Calm Mind. Unfortunately, we don't have.
Wait, how much did that do?
Second Calm Mind. Unfortunately,
I need to go
Psych has the +2 speed. Goes for that super effective ice beam. Luckily, we have the +1 Calm Mind. We're gonna go for a second Calm Mind.
Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have a recovery move on this one, so
Air, yeah,
just gonna transmute
Mantic's
some
a
damage.
wall,
Air
man.
Slash didn't flinch, luckily Shadow Ball +2. He still takes it.
Yeah, a Violite freaking Mantic is a beast. You could just sit there. Like, this is at +2. This thing didn't die. +2, this thing still isn't dead. Yeah, Violite Mantic's just too strong. I could have even set up a. I won't spoil it,
We
but
take a nice beam at
my
+2
god,
special
this is
defense.
gas.
No, we cannot. We are going
Yeah.
out of the way. And we're gonna send in Magnemite. I was gonna predict the
Yeah.
thing to come back in, the Chinchou with Volt Absorb. But I was like, nah, it's too obvious. Let's just go for Volt Switch. But no, he just went.
Yeah, so I air slash because I was trying to sack this thing. I said if I get the flinch, that's fine because I'm going to just volt switch anyway. Because then if it'd say in, it's like, oh, I'm going to go for volt switch. Because I figured he was going to go for volt switch anyway. This would give Chinchou a free switch, but I got the flinch. That's even better. What I was not expecting is Magnemite to just get completely gassed by um, um, his Chinchou
For
completely.
the Air Slash, he flinched me. And now he sends in the Chinchou
Yeah,
with his
and
Volt
then
Switch. And I'm gonna help him recover his health.
yeah,
And we are locked into Volt Switch. So
yeah.
things are not looking good whatsoever. So we're gonna send in
I
our
like
Water,
this name.
and he's gonna go for a Scold. And knowing how this game is going,
I was relieved that this hit because if this was water absorb, I was probably fucked because I couldn't do. I would have to get rid of Chinchou or sack Cladle, which would not be good because Wooper can also go for Scald if it has it. Um, but more importantly, it can go for Belly Drum or whatever the heck. It could also be the Belly Drum variant, where just Belly Drum and just like gas is your whole team or whatever. This thing's a menace if you use it correctly. But unfortunately, the unaware just ended up screwing this guy.
so far it's probably gonna get the burn. And it did get the burn. Yeah, so when things don't go your way, they just don't go your way.
Yeah, see, water absorb would have been really useful here if he had it. This should have definitely been water absorb. I'm sorry, but you did not build this correct. I feel bad saying that, but you should have put water absorb on this thing. You should have put water absorb. Like that would have been the better thing to do. Also, why do you have like 25 HP? Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. How much is the max HP? Yeah. Hold on. Let me get the real quick. Let me see something. What the, like what? All right. Like what? Hold on. I need to check this guy. Brother, what? Why are you running max HP? Don't ever. Dude, you don't run max HP in Little Cup. I'm guessing it was max HP, max attack. I think that's what he was. Okay, for those wondering why I was like, why is his HP 25? I'm going to show you right now of why his HP should not be 25. So, if you are watching this stream and you're an educator on the gas, I'll show you why you should never run max HP, max in the stat. In Little Cup, being those 3 HP numbers don't matter. Here's the thing you should do. You don't want to do this because this is bad. Don't do that. That's not useful. Okay, so what I would recommend if you're running Wooper Little Cup is you do something like this. You run either a Violate or a Wooper. There's 3 sets I can show you. Just so you can just copy and put them on them. Oh, crap. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry. I meant to copy this. I don't know why it wasn't copying, but it was copying a text file that should not have been copied. Oh my god, that's not what it. Stop it! Stop it! Okay, let me give you an example of a Whooper set. Let me give you an example of what should be used. Okay, so if do not run unaware Little Cup, that's a mistake. Don't do that. If you're running a Whooper, what you should do not put max in HP ever. Do not put max in an HP stat like ever. These are its moves, right? If you do Whooper like ever, um, I'll give you a recommended set that I'd recommend you run. So like I was talking about like Little Cup, just not mattering of what you do. Like if you run Whooper, what you want to do is you probably run either run the Oran Bear. I think it bites Belly Drum, doesn't it? I think it does. I mean, yeah, I get the whole recover thing, but there are things like Lepa Berry and stuff. I think it gets Belly Drum, doesn't it? No, it does not. Why did I think it got Belly Drum? Yeah, it doesn't get belly. Okay, it does not get belly drum. I don't know why I thought that. But here's another example of a set you can run for a Whooper. All right, so if you're doing EVs in Little Cup, you wanna because 22 HP is generally always good. You don't want to go past the want to increase HP too much. So I do something like this. Use something like this for a Little Cup. Why is it not max? It should be max all. Okay, there we go. Okay, you should max these like this. Then you do if you have 116. Okay, you want to do something like this. Like something like this would be perfectly fine. I don't know why it's not the. Something like this would be good. You want to like max it out so it's like good. Not the problem. Like if you're gonna run something, you want to run something that would be relevant to what you're doing. So okay, something like this maybe. That's not the problem. You need something that can be relevant to whatever you're doing. So okay, something like this, right? Something like this would be good because you want to max out the violate stuff. And you would run something like not life orb, but something like maybe violate would be good. Violet's always a good choice. I think the grass resistant berry would be good. Because if people are hitting Hooper, they're always going to try to hit it on the special side. Um, what else is a good item? I think it's the grass. Whatever the heck the grass berry is. I remember it's the grass berry or something because it's only weak to grass. So you'd run like the grass berry. The grass berry would be good. What else would be good? Um, Band would be good. Uh, Lum would also be a good choice. Eviolite, definitely a good choice. So we're gonna give it the Eviolite, and then what we do is we'd run something like this is for a physical one. This isn't like for a normal one. And you'd rather want to like a minus speed nature because this thing's not outspeeding shit anyways. And it doesn't matter what you put in speed for this. I don't know why this lowered the thing or whatever. Yeah, this should be correct now. I don't know why it's like that, but okay. So definitely you want earthquake, and it should be back to normal. The stats. There we go. Okay, and then something maybe like Aqua Tail. Encore would also be good. Oranberry would be good. Encore would also be good because the slow Encore would also be good, but obviously not on a volt switching target. Recover would also be nice if you run that. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, chat. It was yeah. So this guy was just doing laundry. Okay, if you're running Whooper, if you ever want to run the club, so Earthquake, maybe Hidden Power Grass, maybe would be good. If you want, because Hidden Power Fire would probably be good too if you want to run HP Fire. That's effective damage. You never want to if you yeah. So if you want to run something, I recommend running something like this. You can run HP Fire for those. The main problem is you're not going to outspeed the Pharaoh Seed, but Hidden Power Fire would be good because you can get those. Do that HP Fire, whatever the hell it is. Run HP Fire. Uh, you'd run maybe Ice Punch, for the ice stab or whatever you an ice hit. Then you'd run like because you want this would be a good set for because like I said the attack doesn't you probably like run like recover or something. You probably recover or waterfall, whatever one you want to run. It's either hidden power or scald, but you can run recover, and then there's your set. You can also run waterfall instead of ice punch if you want, but the ice coverage does come in handy. But like I said, either body slam or maybe scald would be good because you want to run. Because usually mainly using scald as like a. Can also run waterfall too, but I think scald is technically better. Um, but ice punch is also good as well. So scald and then like recover or something. And there you go. There's your whooper set. Another one you can run too is me. You can also run special whooper like this. You can run like special. I can do the same thing with special whooper with the violate too. I would do the okay. I didn't need to do this. But you can run like special whooper or something. Maybe bold. I don't know. Just do that. And then, oh, it's like this. It's being weird. I don't know why it's like. I don't know why it's doing this thing that's being weird. Oh, that's being weird though. I don't know it's being weird, but I'd run this to save like EVs or something. But I don't know. You'd run like the sassy still. And we can also run the special because, like I said, like this is what I was talking about, like the physical attack not mattering too much. If you even run adamant, right, it's like 15, it's like 14. It's not that much of a difference. It's like 15 over like what, like 12, like 3 points. Like you could run the special one and it's just as good. I was just saying, like you could run like a special variant of it that might be a little faster. You could run like a modest, and you just run the special attacking one. But again, you want to like maximize the capability of this guy, so I'd recommend going 12 and 12 like this. And like I said, that 1 point isn't really gonna make a difference. So like you can run like Violet again, or you can run the Grassberry. Then you go like Earth Power. Even Ancient Power would be good because you can get like the specialty gas. You can run Earth Power. Probably you can run even Ice Beam, and then you can go Scald, and then run Earth Power, Ice Beam, Scald, and like Recover. That's another one you can go for. It's effectively the same thing as this. Just the only difference is you allocated your points somewhere else. Why is it like not like 10? I know because it's special EVs are. I said like the special EVs are just weird because it's like that. Again, if you were an HE fire, you want to do the HB like this, and if you maxed everything out, and then this one you just run the. You want to, you can run the earthquake if you want. You want, you can also run the earthquake. You can just max them all out. Max them all out, and it's just as good. You can run the. You can run them all out like this. You can max them like this, but at this point you might as well just be modest and just take the points and put them over here. Just you could run like is it the sassy nature or whatever? Because you're not really outspeeding anything in 8 anyway. It's another one you can run just Earth Power Ice Beams called like this, something like this. There you go. You got the points gas. It's all good. Okay, that's another Rooper set. Said this is pretty much like the bread and butter. If you want to run Rooper and Little Cup, this is something you can do. I'll do that gas too. All right, back to the freaking video. Okay.
Completely, and that's the end of our little guy. And yeah, we have 2 Pokemon left, I believe. Magnemites cannot touch this guy whatsoever. We're gonna go for the we have Flash Cannon, Thunderbolts, Volt Switch, and Hidden Power Fire. That was a crit. That's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Why Chinchou always dominates Little Cup every time? Every time.
I mean, you did get rid of your ground type,
or my opponent uses it. Chinchou just dominates and Chinchou just cleans. So this will be the game for GZ. So hope you guys enjoyed. And
that's how we gassed
September.
That's how we gassed this guy. Anyways, yes, if you want to build a Little Cup team, this is something you'd run the Violator, even the Grass Berry if you want. In Gen 6, it wouldn't be bad. Like I said, the numbers are very little, like I was saying. That's set you can run. All right, that's that thing. We're gonna see some more. We're gonna get some reaction slop, and today somebody has actually been whining about their the revenue being too. Revenue is dying. Oh my god, guys, please save me. So we're gonna click on this guy. His name is Deep Humor. This guy is a very interesting guy. He advocates for YouTube and their bad policies while making money off of their emotional, his emotional, pathetic audience that also cries for the rules but doesn't really do much of anything. So anyway, we're gonna watch this because the YouTube revenue is dying. Let's watch. Maybe just
Well, it looks like YouTube revenue is dying, and long-form videos
oh
are
my
getting
god, it's
overshadowed
over.
now by shorts. There's just this.
Okay, let me pause this real quick. Let me fix this. Yeah, what the hell's happening? It's like awfully low.
Well, it looks like YouTube revenue is dying.
There
and
we go. I think
long-form
that's
videos
better.
are getting overshadowed now by shorts.
Oh my god.
There's
oh
just
my
this
god. Wow.
landmark
oh my
study
god.
done that is actually really, really well done, very comprehensive. That actually did some research on YouTube content at the moment, and they analyzed 700.
Okay, is my sound good? Is my YouTube low? I need to know, is it low? Because it looks like it's kind of low. Like, just look at the bar. My mic audio seems. I think I have to move my mic over a little bit to me. I don't know, I think everything's fine aside from that. But I don't know, like what the heck's going on? Okay, my mic's fine now. Now my YouTube audio is kind of fucked. Freaking watch this again. So, all right, YouTube revenue is dying. This guy's crying about it. Pretty much whatever.
Well, it looks like YouTube revenue is dying, and
Oh,
long form
woe's
videos are getting
me.
overshadowed now by
The
shorts.
richer can't get richer on YouTube. They can't grift anymore. Oh my god. A snapshot of YouTube in 2026. Oh my god. Oh my god. Age 18 plus in the US. It's like, yeah, no kidding, because people figured out you don't have to watch TV. And the thing is, when you're 18, oh, they made all these rules and this nonsense. 61% of views come from shorts feeds. So yes, because no one wants to watch full videos anymore because their time is valuable. And I seem to be really, really upset about this for some reason. I don't know. Oh crap. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Thank you.
There's just this landmark study done that is actually really, really well done, very comprehensive. It
Yeah.
actually did some research on YouTube content at the moment, and they analyzed 799,718 videos from 71,177 different accounts, different industry niche account size. And they did a year-long study of exactly what's been going on YouTube nowadays, especially with the whole AI stuff that YouTube keeps adding. And yeah, it's not really.
Okay. Um, there's a 40-page study of people studying a platform. And people call us speedrunners autistic. People call us speedrunners autistic. But yet these guys are studying an entire website and making graphs and polls. There are routers and taskers with less autism than this whole blog in existence. Like, what is going on? We analyzed 799,718 videos. That sounds like a fake number. From 71,000. These numbers sound fake, dude. Like, God, God, these numbers sound really fake. How did you get these analytics? Did people willingly give you these? Also, I'm not going to do the math because I am a dumb idiot and I'm too lazy and not autistic enough to shoot that for this. But this seems very weird math. There's a lot of sevens, there's a lot of nines. Did somebody just come up with this number? This seems like it's AI generated. There's no way this message is real. Download the full page study for free and explore strategies, trends, and formats that will work. Oh no. Like, I'm trying to think, what is this? Like, the number sounds really made up. There's no way this is a real number of accounts that you've used. And these are the video. I mean, it's sorry, but it doesn't make much sense because my thing is it's a seventh. My mouse isn't on it because my mouse is too big. But yeah, it says we analyzed 799,718 videos from 71,177 accounts. Now, are these videos from those amount of videos from those accounts, or is it those accounts total across every industry niche and account size? Yeah. Where's my data? Where's my data? Also, where is WQ, WQQQ, WRT's data? I don't know. No, no. This is like lying. Fakers.
Looking too good for people who aren't shorts creators. So just some key takeaways. Views are up, but average view duration is down. Content.
Yeah, no kidding, because you're got this shorts thing. I don't know why I had to reiterate this point twice. You clearly are falling for the cater to your. I tried cater to TikTok audience. It didn't work. Like, I tried.
Is getting more views,
I'll do
but
that.
people are spending less time watching it, and that is actually resulting in ad revenue for long form videos going down because
who cares? The whole point of doing YouTube is for fun. Anybody who takes this super seriously or a job is kind of weird anyway. So this guy called, I'm not sure you know, is Amp Lemon. He's a former YouTube pooper, and he uploaded essays and just got really, really big off that. And he's put a lot of effort. I'm gonna say he put a lot of effort, more effort than I'm willing to put into an essay. If I ever did my crush video, which is going to be coming out at some point, it's It's pretty good. It's a pretty good vid. It's a pretty good vid coming. It's not gonna be as good as Temple Evans, but like as far as like quality goes, it's gonna be a lot of showing the game and random videos that I've had on my channel. But at one point, so if YouTube views rose while log ad revenue fell, data shows viewers per long form post. Yes, because they're watching shorts and they you want to know how to fix that, YouTube? You just straight up remove the shorts function entirely. Then everything's fixed. That's all you have to do is remove the shorts function. Problem solved. But no, they have to make this dumb, stupid study that does all this nonsense. Metric ties the I can't read that word. That tries to drop revenue, shorter viewing, and fewer mid-roll chances. Yes, because a lot of people um, um, don't watch the full thing, and shorts don't really make much because I'm not sure how shorts ads work. Like I've seen these, like even on like Revance or whatever the patched app thing. Like, I'm not allowed to say it, but even on the patch app, you still get ads on shorts. It's fucked. But even there, you get thing. You can't stop them. A channel judging the year on views alone would have missed the revenue drop. Wait, a channel judging the year on views alone would have missed the revenue drop. Does that imply? I don't know what that means. It's just I
Just
don't get it.
overall less watch time. So some more key takeaways, right? YouTube reached over 244 million people that are aged 18 plus in the United States.
Yes, because people chose to have children, and there are more people than ever that are exposed to the internet. I'm gonna tell my story. Yes, I'm gonna tell my story, my sad story. When I was young, when I played video games when I was young, there's this thing called guidebooks that you buy in the store, and I read those, because I like the pictures and I like kind of learning about the game and kind of reading the guidebook in school because I never liked to read other books in school because I usually put that shit in my after I get it. I usually just I get a book about something I probably might be interested in. I never read because I have like 11 or 12 guidebooks just sitting stored in my desk drawer. Probably all torn up and destroyed, but they were mostly torn up and like they had a lot of wear and tear and a lot of use out of them. I've used those guidebooks, and for good reason. Reading is boring. So I read a lot of the guidebooks in school, and there was a lot of people who have trouble reading or can't read that are this age demographic, and need everything said and captioned for them, because. But yeah, pretty much. Anyway, my story. So when I was young, I had the guidebooks. I've read those all throughout my school. That's kind of how I learned what EV training was in Pokemon. And yes, so part of why I love the guidebook so much is because I didn't have the internet when I was growing up. The fun fact, when my brother went to school and he went out, he always used the internet over there. I never really did that because I really never really bothered. And the only internet I did experience was young when I was in school playing flash games on the computer after we did a assignment in a program center slash library class. In my special ed school. So that's the only time I got to read anything. It's the only time I got to play flash games. I really never used the internet. And when I turned 18, when we got the internet in the house, um, I remember in 2012 at least, I did a few races on Speedruns Live. And when I was 18, I also was on Facebook because when I was 16, I actually used when I was 16. This is pre-internet me. Before I had internet, I actually played an MMO and shooter and FPS game with my brother called Combat Arms, and the other game was Wizard 101. And we would play this. I would sit outside. Um, yes, I would sit outside and have my computer near a window with a adapter that expanded my range to get internet from my neighbor's house because I didn't have it. So my internet would be so shit sometimes that I would disconnect from the server. So we'd have to sit in a very specific spot in the house so we're able to catch the signal traveling to our laptop. It was just the good old days of not having internet. I would sit outside and play Mario Kart um, using Jay's unsecured router. That back in the day you used to have the routers unlocked. You just go on them and use them completely free. Oh, good old times, man. What a crazy time to be alive back then. I got on a really long rant for an 8 minute video. I'm sorry.
61% of total views came from the shorts feed. Wow. People actually experienced more growth overall on YouTube throughout the last year or so. On average, 10.08% of YouTube accounts managed to grow their community enough to move up to a higher category.
Can we please stop saying the word community? It sounds so corporate and sleazy. I don't know why. I don't know. Every time somebody says the word community, it just feels so scummy and corporate. I hate that word. Can we just call it a group like the back in the day Skype group? I don't know.
Plus 76% views on YouTube through long form videos.
Wait, that makes no sense. You just said long videos were down. We're talking about how much are down.
But despite the fact that overall viewership on long form videos is up, ad revenue for the long form videos is actually going down, and it's pretty significant. So the study was done from February 2025 with February 2026 being.
Yeah, because who could have figured that nobody wants to sit through an hour or 7-hour video when those viewers are a small minority of people?
In the previous year, so pretty big increase. But the average view duration decreased from 3.98 minutes to 2.51, a 37% drop. I'm going to assume this is because of all the brain rot content going on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. That is.
I like how he deceptively mentioned YouTube Shorts last, as it wasn't the big culprit.
Is actually decreasing the attention spans of most people in the world. Despite shorter sessions, estimated minutes watched per post still increased by 11.
All Trump had to do was fucking ban TikTok, bruh. This shit would have never fucking happened if he just banned it. But no, he couldn't ban it. He had to just buy it and take it for himself. Like the greedy old fuck he is. Couldn't just do the right thing and ban it.
Thanks to a higher number of views. However, engagement metrics also declined. Interactions per view dropped from 2.38% to 1.30%. The total number of interactions per post slightly decreased from 81.14 to 77.93, indicating that the rate decline is due to larger view counts rather than a decrease in user interactions. Now, in terms of revenue, ad impressions per post fell from 976.32 to 475.07, a pretty significant drop.
Wait, is that $475? Is that, I don't understand it. Because this is for 9.7632. Is that like dollars? And then it's like 475. Oh, wait, that's a period at the end. I'm stupid. I thought that was a point of a number. So ad impressions per post fell. I guess per post, I guess the video they're posting. For I guess the top like 15% of this fucking website. 976,300. $976.32, I guess, is the average. Like, I guess it's the amount of money they make. Monetized playbacks and meeting views that had an ad running against them dropped from 576 dollars from $576.41 to $237. Yes, because no one wants to sit through fucking shitty ad trying to sell them something. Why do you think ad block's a thing? If ad block goes away, a lot of desktop users are just going to switch to mobile. Because, like, what's the point having a desktop version if the ad block doesn't work? So YouTube's in this weird spot where, like, it's just a lot of people that don't have Revanced or some kind of, like, app or whatever, or extension, because they don't know what that is. Half the people that use the internet don't know what this is. And sometimes even ignore that. So I don't know how the heck they do that. I have to have an ad blocker. Or, I have to have something like block ads because they're so annoying. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't have one. A lot of people have it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people in my audience might have one as well. But I don't know. You could turn off to like support people you like or whatever if you want to do that. But I don't know. Fuck ads, dude.
Monetized playbacks, meaning views that had an ad run against them, dropped from 576.41 to 237.92. The people who conducted the study, Metricools,
That's a
estimated ad
lot.
revenue per
That's a
post went
That's
from
significant.
$2.65 to $1.20, and estimated YouTube Premium revenue from 34 cents to 19 cents. A pretty significant drop. Ad revenue last year went.
Yeah, because nobody's using Premium because it's a shit service. Like, remember when you got everything for free and had to make the stupid tiering system? Does anybody remember that? People seem to forget about this. Hopefully, they mention it, but
from
probably not because it's disingenuous.
$2.65 per video to $1.20. That's like an over 100% drop in overall ad revenue. And keep in mind, this is mainly happening to long form video. They tie this to the drop in view duration, saying less time spent on each video leaves fewer chances to place a mid-roll ad. So basically, if you want to support your favorite content creator,
again, this is YouTube just shooting themselves in the foot.
Like on the videos, watch them all the
by
way
literally having the shorts exist.
Donate money or anything, just watch the video all the way through, and that is the best way to help out your favorite content.
There are no websites with niches anymore. Like, I remember when YouTube didn't have the shorts prior to the shorts. Like, it was okay. The long form video site. Twitch was the viewing site. TikTok was the short. That's all like little doom scroll site. And that's why YouTube is getting fucked over. Even some of my audience have admitted to like the brain being fried from shorts because that's the point. Is they YouTube made the shorts thing, and that ultimately just shooted themselves in the foot because like people could just doom scroll shorts for hours, have content that would entertain them. But a long form video, that video's there forever, and it's not like there's no smorgasbord thing. For what's in the video is what you get. And shorts, you can just keep scrolling, and finding stuff. And the thing is about shorts is you don't really have to have a loyalty to the creator. You can just scroll shorts, and usually, generally, you'll find something from them most of the time. That's just the way it is now, unfortunately.
View count no longer tracks with rising ad delivery in this data. The two moved in opposite directions over the year, which pretty much never happened.
Yes, because people are watching the shorts because they're brain dead. Their brains are fried from TikTok.
Would have recorded growth across a period.
These same people that grew out of TikTok are using YouTube Shorts as well. So
a split why this is actually happening. Its data can't distinguish between changes in YouTube's ad systems and differences in accounts, videos, and audiences shown in each window. But YouTube's help page lists several reasons why a view might not have an ad, such as videos that aren't advertiser friendly or views where no ad was available. They also explain that CPM is linked to the variety of available ad formats, which the reports does not break out. Interpreting this as a platform-wide change might be asking too much of two separate Februaries within one tool's account data. Although I would say this is a pretty comprehensive study, and I am more inclined to believe this data because, again, they didn't just do this for a few channels across a few months or what.
Yeah, they did this in the top 15% of the channels. Like, that's not very many. There are billions of channels on this platform. And yes, because ad revenue is down because, they're not adhering to your dumb freaking guidelines. Of course they're not going to make any money. Because your guidelines are stupid, and half the time the bot doesn't really... And people literally have videos, have their ad revenue revoked because of their dumb, stupid rules, and that's why. And that's why the ad revenue is the AI bot that moderates the site did that. It has nothing to do with views are down. It's both the AI bot, the algorithm thing that promotes and does all the management. Instead of having human management, which would be impossible, basically, you'd have to have people nonstop working, doing this. It's the unfortunate thing about making a system where like people can watch unlimited videos for whatever reason.
Almost 800,000 total videos, more than 70,000 different channels around the world.
Yeah, I still think that fucking number's fake as fuck, though. You can't convince me.
Study was done across an entire calendar year on YouTube, so it is definitely going to be showing a significant trend in what's going on YouTube, and it really just goes to show that YouTube is becoming shorts dominated now. I mean,
yeah, because TikTok sucks, and pretty much you could do pretty much anything you want. So the reason, all right, I'm gonna actually give you the real reason why YouTube Shorts are dominating, because you can post pretty much mostly anything. Like, it's very low effort to get promoted in an algorithm. YouTube Shorts, like you can get like a few K views, In fact, you can if you make a couple of good shorts. Like Morpars is a proven example of why shorts work. You get your thing. It's less than 3 minutes. You don't have to sit through hours of video. Why sit through hours of video when you can sit through shorts and watching a bunch of different things? Why put effort when you can do all of that? And the shorts thing is, it's easier to edit a 3 minute video versus a 30 plus minute, 15 plus minute video. I made edited Pokemon Champions content, and the only reason I did that was to chase the grift. But of course, it failed though. But you can watch those videos; they're still on YouTube, and it removed them. In fact, they're actually pretty fine. So,
according to the studies, most views on YouTube are actually coming from shorts views than they are from actual long form videos. Now, something to actually point out, when you view a YouTube short, you even just like scrolling past it counts as a view. Even if you watch it for like a second or whatever, you just even like looking at it, having an impression on it, then that would count as a view for the YouTube short. So that has to be kept in mind. But still, though, it is quite concerning for long form content creators when not only are we getting views, but it's apparently not mattering as much anymore. I'm not someone who really uploads YouTube shorts a lot, but again, maybe to just stay afloat, I might have to. I also noticed that the conversation was centering a lot around RPM and CPM, which are the different rates that you get paid for. And I got to be honest, I've noticed that my RPM is dropping quite significantly as well.
oh no, woe is me! Your ad revenue is dead because you got 1 million views. And wait, that is bad. That's terrible. That's bad. That is bad. I was like, wait a minute, 1 million views per 219. That is pretty bad.
So, for example, if you guys don't know what that means, it's your revenue per 1,000 views. So mine currently for the month of July is $2.19. So basically, for about 1,000 views, I'm getting $2.19 across the month of July. I've gotten about 1 million video views. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like me to show.
Wait, hold on. Let me do the math here. Let me do the math here on this. Let me do the math. Hold on. Maybe it's not as bad as he's complaining. It's $2.19 per 1,000 views. Let me go to the calculator. Okay, so how do I multiply this? Hold on. It's 1K views. So 1,000, I guess, times 219 or something. Let's look at the 2.19 times. Oops, I mean that 2.19 times 1 oh 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 1 2 3. Hold on, is 1 million like 3 zeros or 7 zeros? I feel like this is like 100K, so I think it needs one more zero to be a million. There we go. So your revenue is down? Are you fucking with me? Yeah, you're full of shit. Let me figure out how to write 1 million. What do you mean you're okay, hold on, wait. Let me clear that. Hold on a second. Wait, how the heck do I hold on. Wait, hold on, how do I need to figure out the multiplication for this. Hold on a second. Okay, so I mean 1 million. I think that's 1 million, right? Yeah, okay. So how many divided by 1,000? Should I do it? Okay, so it's times a thousand. Okay, so I got to times it by 1,000. Okay, there we go. So I got to times it by 1,000. Okay, so 2.19 times 1,000. Okay. Okay, dude. Okay, you're complaining that you're You're making 2K a month. That's more than I make. That's almost $2,200 a month for you making these freaking. Okay, let me show you the math. Okay, I'm actually sure you got the math. So this guy was complaining because he's not making more money. This is exactly what I thought was when I like talked about it with my guy. It's like this dude is complaining for not making $2,190. Dude, your videos take like no effort to make. I can make videos like you can. It's very easy to make those videos, by the way. You could just do that easily. These videos take like no effort. So he has 1,000,000 views per month. This is the month of July. This dude is complaining and whining because he's not getting. It's like, oh, my ad revenue. It's like the revenue per 1K views is $2.19. You got 1,000,000 views, dude. You're making 2,200. That's nearly $2,200. You want to know how much I make in a month? I make like probably like what? Like probably like 1,500, 1,600. Probably less than that a month. I probably make less than 1,600. And this fucking guy is bitching because he gets to sit on his ass and make videos for like way more money than I get freaking grinding my ass and washing fucking dishes in a hot kitchen. This guy can fuck off.
My overall revenue, if it gives you guys a better idea on how much you can like earn as a YouTuber or whatever. Obviously don't put your eggs in one basket, especially now that
oh yeah, don't put your eggs in one basket. Now you make as much as a slightly higher end worker. Congratulations. Which is what it should be. You should put effort. You shouldn't be rewarded for easy life. You shouldn't be rewarded for just sitting in your ass making videos. I don't know. It's just me. And it's like, oh, the channel flower. It's like, okay, fine. People complaining about. Yes, okay. So you analyze by 1,000. Maybe per RPM, it shows how much creators per 1,000 views.
long form content is apparently not getting as much ad revenue as it used to, but let me know if you guys want to see that in the comments.
$2,200 is still a lot for what you do, dude. It's still a lot for what you do, and you probably plan these videos. Like again, this is not like something that takes so much effort to make.
It's important to note the difference between RPM and CPM. So CPM is.
So by the way, what he's doing is he's scrolling the mouse wheel and play recording and zooming in part of this isn't hard
cost per milli, which measures the average amount of money advertisers are willing to pay to show ads in a creator's videos. CPM is said to be a less efficient way of measuring revenue for a number of reasons. YouTube says RPM is a better metric for creators because it shows how much they earn and takes into account total revenue reported in YouTube analytics, including ads, YouTube Premium, channel memberships, super chats, and super stickers, total number of views from your videos, including the ones that are not monetizing, and the actual revenue earned after revenue share. Creators should expect the RPM metric to be lower than CPM because it's calculating using revenue earned after YouTube takes its cut. Another thing that's important to mention is your RPM and CPM in general is actually different based on the type of content that you post. For those of you guys that don't know, if you are actually a content creator that is posting like automotive videos or tech videos, your RPM, your earning potential overall is actually a lot higher than someone like myself.
Oh, I didn't know that. That I didn't know. That's an interesting tidbit there.
Commentary videos might get you a little bit more views than your tech videos or your automotive videos, but you're actually going to be making overall less money because, for example, my last video has gotten about 60,000 views in a day so far. I'm going to see at most like maybe $150, $180 for that, and that would be.
That's a 10-minute video, my guy. Those are fucking easy. I'd make 10-minute videos. It'd be an hour to. It would take me that. You know how long this would take me to make this video in particular? The thumbnail wouldn't take. You probably pay premium for like the thumbnail, but I don't really. Your thumbnails aren't really that like high effort. I'm just being real with you, dude.
On the higher end, whereas an automotive video, creator, they might have a way higher RPM than me, so they might get like.
But like, dude, this is like barely. It's like barely effort.
$7 per 1,000 views. If you guys can do the math, it would be a lot more money than I would get. Same thing with tech YouTubers. So even the genre of videos that you upload, the types of videos that you upload actually matters quite a lot in terms of how much you're actually going to be getting paid on YouTube. But once again, regardless of whatever type of content you upload, it is extremely concerning that long form content is now getting much less ad revenue than just a year ago.
Remember, this guy uploads the bare minimum of the video. Like it's 8 minutes something is like the bare minimum for whatever you can make money on. Yeah, it can be shoved in your face. That's I guess.
This is not a trend that has happened over the last 5 years or something like that. Just 1 year from 2025 to 2026 February, because of the dominance.
Yes, because the shorts babies that were on TikTok moved on to YouTube, and then most of the people don't really move on to YouTube. Sorry, there's some probably background noise. I can't do nothing about that. But that's the point I'm making. That's what I'm saying. It's like people want to. It's like a lot of the people that move from TikTok move to YouTube Shorts because they're less restrictive and they're some cussing in there, which you can't really do on TikTok. So it's probably why
AI slop on the platform and AI everything and shorts is dominating the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, I did see. Surprisingly, I actually saw like a lot more AI generated shorts, more than like some usual. Like even like on my main account or even like my few Smurfs, I saw like AI shorts, which is pretty weird. So like it is a significant amount now.
Them in the website in general. Long form content creators are getting more views overall, but it's not actually translating to more revenue. And obviously not everybody does YouTube for the revenue or whatever, so not everybody cares about the money, but people who are trying to do YouTube.
Yeah, you're making $2,200 a month, which is more than I make. So you could all your things just get thrown out the window for the type of videos you make. Oh, well, it was me. My views are down. It's like, yeah. I mean, even YouTube's trying to incentivize low effort videos again, which is fine by me.
Full time, that is something pretty significant. But good news though.
But you also got to remember that you got to upload a lot. You got to keep uploading, and this is probably fake.
Oh, apparently a lot of smaller content creators are growing now more than ever before.
Okay, then where's my growth then, fuckface? Where's my growth? Where's mine? I've been spearrunning. I'm the spearrunning god. Like, get my growth.
Come on. 2,000 to 10,000 subscribers have the highest likelihood of growth. There are
yes, because they are like people like me have 600 or in the gutter. I've seen VTubers jump from like 50 subs to 2,000 like in the course of a day because of something that happened to be lucky that they were reacting to. That they decided to react to because they saw another VTuber reacting to it. Yes, this is a thing. There is a niche on YouTube where an anime girl on the internet will react to videos, and these people watch these people react to it because it's interesting seeing a anime girl that looks and appears real, but they're actually human behind a rigging system that like rigs like it's like their webcam basically puppeteers the anime girl's movements. Basically, that's what it is. It's basically what it is. That's what it is. It's just an anime girl being puppeteered by your human flesh, basically. That's what a VTuber is. So they don't have to look. So they don't have to have people criticize how ugly they look. So instead, they can just have a cute anime girl be on screen, so they get none of that criticism. And that's the whatever. It's unfortunate.
Already somewhat established and visible to the algorithm, but still small enough to have room for growth. Smaller content creators are actually getting pushed out now more than ever before, and I know that.
I don't. That's bullshit. That's fake. That's fake news. Can they please tell me?
That sounds hard to believe, but remember that YouTube.
Yes, it is very hard to believe because it's bullshit. It's if the content you're providing is a niche that people are interested in, like AKA, like I have a channel that archives VTuber reaction stuff, and a channel that archives Deadwing Dork streams the moment they happen. Those channels are particularly found by people searching up this topic. My videos are either from a very small, dedicated people who watch my speed runs, or my particular type of content. I don't want to call it content because that sounds corporate, but pretty much my videos um, do not get promoted. Like I noticed that one of my friends, Nancy, Nancy, I guess Night Boss or Hero of Twilight, her videos are like getting 8 views. You did like Zelda randomizer or something, and yeah, it's been cooked. If
is
you haven't
in
been
the
cooked
freaking
lately, it's
Pacific
pretty
Ocean.
bad.
In fact, if you combine all the oceans in the world, that's YouTube. And every time you make a video, you are essentially spitting into the Pacific Ocean. YouTube is a very
No, you're spitting into the Bermuda Triangle at this point. You're not spitting into the Pacific Ocean. You were spitting into the Bermuda Triangle. You were spitting your videos into a void, hoping that people watch. But I'm gonna be real with you. Nobody wants to watch unless it's a cute anime girl, a cute living anime girl, puppeteered by a woman, a biological woman. Yes, but yes, that's why.
saturated market. There's so
It's
many,
sad.
millions, possibly billions of people uploading videos every single day. So we got to keep that in mind in terms of
Oh
how your
well.
video might not be getting as many views as you would want it to. Take it from me. I uploaded videos across different channels. I started in 2012 on one of my older channels, and now it's 2026. So I've been uploading videos for about 15 years, and I only ended up really seeing significant growth on YouTube in 2024. So it took me 12 to 13 years to actually get anywhere on YouTube. So don't get
Yeah, because you got lucky and figured out a thing that worked for you.
disheartened if your videos aren't getting views. You just have to do
Wait, what's this? What? Okay, this we gotta watch this one at some point. We gotta watch this save YouTube video. That sounds funny.
one thing, and that is don't give up. Just keep trying. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, you'll give up. Keep trying. You just no. All right, that's this video. This one sucked. All right. Oops, bad. Okay. All right. Next video on the slop train. This one was dreadful to get through. This is awful. Okay. Let's watch. Oh God. Uh. Okay, this one was pretty good. This one was pretty good. This was a good video. I'll watch this. I watched this myself. That one was actually pretty good. Is it possible to beat Ocarina of Time flat? Why the CIA created Pokemon Go? God, I don't know how people do this. I don't know how people react to this, man. I don't know how people do this for a living, bro. It's just, okay. All right. Let's click. I spend $3,000 testing tags, grading consistency. Uh,
This video began as another test of popular claims about tag grading, but quick.
Dude, I look like this. No, either. I'm just trying because I want to do it because I wanted to just watch this with you guys. I spent $3,000 testing grade
Quickly turned
consistency.
into something much, much more when one of my tag submissions during the test disappeared and was deemed a total loss. But even with these unexpected obstacles, $3,000 in grading fees later, I was able to complete the test. This video.
Oh my god. Like, what do you like? Maybe you can educate me, Silverleaf. But what are these people doing that they have $3,000 to throw away on this bullshit? Like, I need you to probably. What job could they possibly have? I know people went to college. I know people probably have a good job after paying off the college debt that they've racked up. But what could they possibly have done to literally throw away $3,000 on this shit? Like I've graded like a total of like 5 cards max because I'm like broke. Of getting more graded, but I only have like 5 graded cards total. But they're mostly of a niche like thing. But when the grading was like $20 like a year ago, I need to know like what are people doing to have this make a video By the way, this got like 50,000 views in 4 days, which is complete bullshit. He got really lucky or bought it or something. I don't know.
Video will explain that test and its findings and hopefully answer some of the main questions raised from my first experiment with tag grading. Even though
dude, like I barely I barely have any money to spend. Like I don't have I don't like I used to be able to like buy like a bunch of DoorDash and stuff like that. You can't do that no more. Like I barely have any food in the house. Like yeah, this guy just throw $3,000 on grading and protecting cardboard. I can't with this. This is so bullshit. No, I think they might be in software engineer or something, or some kind of like blue collar job or something. Or they could have inheritance from their parents or rich, be a part of a rich family, and they just said, "Oh, I want to start YouTube channel." Like, okay, you could just or shuck on a sugar mommy or sugar daddy or something. That could be entirely the case.
debunked it over a year ago now. The claim of consistency in that tag fingerprints and will recognize and reject resubmissions still permeates throughout the community. It doesn't help when certain extremely large and influential Pokemon creators still permeates throughout.
Anybody who uses Twitter seriously needs to get off. And what? This has got 144K impressions, one like, in one comment.
In that tag fingerprints.
Okay. Okay, this is from Reddit, I think. I'm just guessing. Just based off the... That's false. The AI can tell when you graded the same card already. Other reports of people trying to crack slabs and then get him resub back.
And will recognize and reject resubmissions still permeates throughout the community.
Okay, let me read that one again.
Fingerprints and will recognize and reject resubmissions still.
Hey, I've seen a video where they've cracked open tag slab to try sending it back to their AI detected be the same card just to be reslabbed in the same grade. Things get better. Okay.
Permeates throughout the community. Cool. It doesn't help when certain extremely large and influential Pokemon creators constantly sing the praises of tag and even repeat these claims to their audience.
Oh, oh shit! I know this guy. This is the Pokemon pack opening. This is the pack opening channel that gets recommended on my VTuber Smurf account. VTuber Reaction Slop Smurf account. Yeah, this guy is this guy is some rich guy. This guy's rich. He's got a lot of money. This guy's a rich fucker. He'd buy like $300 freaking weighted packs and shit. He's even went to these grifting card show ass things. And he's, oh, I opened pack a bunch in front of a bunch of people, a bunch of old packs. And he's, oh my god, I got a lot of money. But this guy's a rich motherfucker. This guy's rich, because if we've learned anything from Deep Humor, this guy's got to be freaking loaded to be spending $350 on packs and consuming and collecting Pokemon product in this day and age on Forge. 1,600 likes. Ugh, God. Get this guy help.
Despite my first video, one of, if not the most viewed video.
Okay. Is tag grading as consistent as they claim? Okay. You notice it's 247K views. Is this the most viewed video of all time?
These claims to their audiences, despite my first video, one of, if not the most viewed video about tag grading on YouTube.
Yeah, I hate watching that guy in my shorts because he just literally just all he does is crack open packs, bro. There are people that just like his content because I guess they can't afford the cards themselves, so they watch the vids. Yeah, they have to be rich or something. That's what I've been saying. They must be using inheritance, and then they have like brokers on stat trying to like essentially do like a infinite money glitch where they hire a bunch of brokers that can get them stocks and get revenue off them and whatever. There has to be something with the stock market that people would hire brokers and then they get a bunch of money and eventually perform like an infinite money glitch because they know people that can know the insider information to get the stocks and they can get money off them. That has to be how they're making the money. And my video might get just be banned for me saying that, but it's true.
At that time proving otherwise. You should at least want to fact check the information that you are going to use to defend them publicly. Either way, we are doubling down and testing tags consistency, and if they will actually detect our resubmitted cards and send them back to us. It's been over 1 year since the first test, and I'm genuinely interested to see if anything's changed, as a lot of you insist that it will. Before we jump into the submissions, let's have Tag's customer service explain exactly how the process of resubmissions should play out. My question was as follows. Good afternoon. I'm looking to grade some cards that I got at a trade show recently. I've seen people say that cards that have been graded already with tag,
aka the Griff Show. Good afternoon. I'm looking forward to grading some cards at the trade show recently. Griff Show, aka Griff Show. I've seen people say that the cards have been graded already with tag would already be rejected.
Would be rejected on resubmission. How will I know if a card I buy is a resub card after I send it to you? If it is, will it be rejected for grading, or will I be notified it's a resub card? I know it's probably unlikely to happen, just curious I guess. Thanks for your time. JC over at Tag Customer Service was nice enough to respond. Thank you for reaching out. A card submitted to Tag previously would not necessarily be rejected as a resubmission unless the card shows new signs of alteration. The card would instead, if identified as a resubmission, be encapsulated under the previous certification number. Circling back quickly to Deep Pocket Monster's comment, this is exactly what he said would happen if you tried to resub cards, and apparently he tested this, and this is what happened to the card that he tried to resub. I assume if there is new damage caught that would decrease the grade of a resubmitted card, they would just re-encapsulate the card with the new lower grade and a new certification number. But if their inconsistency creeps in again, and they miss things that were originally caught during the first grading process,
I think
up on the resubmitted cards, what happens then? And obviously, last but not least, there's the possibility that they don't spot any of the cards as resubs at all, and this is a giant farce and a waste of time and money. But we won't know for sure until we try, so let's jump into the...
Yeah, your father made a mistake giving you that inheritance money, buddy. You should find something else to do. Just work or be at Olive Garden, be the dishwasher, come on.
Experiment. First, let me explain the order and details of each submission. There were 3 accounts used to complete this test. The first account is the account that was used in the previous video that is attached to my YouTube channel name and all related credentials. I sent 2 submissions from this account using the exact same cards immediately resubmitted back to back. The second account was an anonymous account, still using relatively similar information to the first account. It had the same city, state, payment information, etc., but a different name, address, and other things. I tried to do the same with this account and send 2 submissions back to back, but something went horribly wrong in that.
And we wonder why that our economy is down the toilet. It's people like this that just spend their money meaninglessly into these companies that, you know, again, it's a good exchange for money thing. The fact you know how much a tag grade is? It's a lot of money, dude. It's a lot of money. It's like $100 something a card. Fun fact, people like to shit on PSA, but like they're actually one of the cheaper options.
Process that we're going to discuss in a bit. The third account was a friend of mine's account who was a first-time submitter with Tag. The first submission through this account was a 5-card submission of totally unique cards. The second submission was an 18-card submission that included every card that was submitted from all other accounts in this video, including a couple of decoys. One of the questions in the comments of my last video that was asked quite a bit was, how do we know the cards he sent the second time around were the same cards from the first submission? So in an attempt to make this test as clear and accessible as possible, I only sent cards with unique attributes like swirls or unique damage. Things that should be very
unique damage
for you viewers, but also for tag grading. So let's take a look at the 2 submissions sent from account number 1, the Java account. These submissions consisted of 5 total cards. Card number 1, a Japanese Watsi Togetic that features a beautiful unique swirl in the bottom left-hand corner of the card. Card number 2, Japanese Don Dash Gardevoir that features a swirl to the left of the Pokemon on the card. Card number 3, Japanese Classic Collection Squirtle that features a cheeky little engraved "Hi" written on the back of the card.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Classic Charmander that features a decent sized scratch in the top left on the back of the card. Card number 5, an English Gym Hero Sabrina's Gengar that features
that's a really old card.
To the left of the Pokemon on the card. In the first video, people claim that the discrepancies in the centering measurements on the front and back of the card were because I submitted only Japanese, and the backs of the Japanese cards would be more difficult for the system to measure consistently. So I made an effort in this video to for the system to
Okay, I don't know if that makes
measure
sense.
consistently. So I made an effort in this video to submit English, which in my opinion should be way easier to get those centering measurements correct consistently. This submission was received on January 2nd and immediately processed and returned to me on January 7th. This was sent in their standard grading tier when that was available. A very impressive and speedy turnaround. Here were the results for round number 1. So one of our 5 cards was not actually graded, and that was the Togetic. Apparently, there was evidence of recoloring, which is not something that I did and not something that I noticed when I sent the card off to be graded. One thing I find interesting is there's no dig report or any sort of report to tell me where the evidence of the recolor is. I've gotten cards back from CGC where they include a note on the card saver that has a picture of a card, and they circled the different places where that evidence of recoloring happened. Now, there was really nothing that I got.
The same guy, the guy was talking about, the pocket monster guy, he actually said they actually show where the evidence is.
Back from tag to show me exactly where the recoloring is, and there's no dig report generated to show me where that evidence of recoloring is. It'd be nice if they also created a report if they rejected a card on why it got rejected. So first card we're talking about that actually was graded was the Sabrina's Gengar. It got the tag 6. You can tell that it is the same card because it has the little swirl here on the hollow pattern that we showed off before we submitted. Next card is the Charmander from the Classic Collection. So this got the tag 8, and there was one main issue that we looked at, which was a scratch on the top left back of the card, and it looks like right here that was caught in the dig report. Next up is the Classic Collection Squirtle, and this one got the tag 4. Pretty sure we know why. I literally said hi to the machine here by engraving a little pleasantry on the back of the card for that. Dawn Dash Gardevoir. Beautiful card, man. And we have the swirl to the left of the Pokemon. Now that we've gone through the results of round number 1, it's time to put tag through their test on easy mode. Can they spot resubmissions coming from the Java branded account in back-to-back submissions with easily identifiable features? Let's find out. The cards were resent immediately after and received by tag on January 21st. Once again, they were processed quickly through the standard tier and sent back to me on January 28th. Here are the results of this test on easy mode. All right, guys, well, we have our first submission here and our second submission here, and it looks like in the second submission, they identified every card that could be regraded as a resubmission. The Togetic was still identified with evidence of recoloring, apparently, and every other card was identified as a resub card. I'm not all too surprised because if there is any scenario in which tag should be able to identify resub cards,
I need to go back because
there's standard received by. Can they spot resubmit the result by engraving a full card, man? And it's time to put tag through their test on.
I like how it's the Diglett over here, which is what the guy kind of uses.
Easy with as a resubmission. The Togetic was still identified with.
I find it kind of funny though.
Apparently, and every other card was identified as a resub card. I'm not all too surprised because if there is any scenario in which tag should be able to identify resub cards, it is this one. This is literally like hand holding them into getting it right. We submitted the exact same cards immediately back to back, and every card had some sort of easily identifiable feature. So if they weren't able to even identify this, then they definitely wouldn't be able to identify what's coming next. They did it. Each card was identified as a resubmission, and the Togetic was once again identified as being recolored. Just as JC said, the cards were encapsulated with their original grades and labeled with their original certification numbers. Now, Deep Pocket Monster said that he performed this test, and I believe him. The problem is he ran the test on extra easy mode.
Because Pocket Monster is a guy with a lot of money. Whatever he wants.
The largest Pokemon influencer who has definitely given Tag the most exposure to the point where Tag has comped some of his grading fees. So no doubt Tag is going to
wait. So they're giving him privilege. This is they're giving him like they're comping. They're compensating his regrading fees because he's like a shill for them, I guess.
Be as consistent as possible, and they're going to know when Deep Pocket Monster.
Oh God!
So even though over a year ago I did debunk this as incorrect, I can understand why DPM thought this was the case, as he ran his own test. It just was the literal easiest test for Tag to catch. Tag passed easy mode, but as we continue and increase the difficulty throughout the video, these consistencies begin to crack.
I'm excited!
This issue coming in part 2.
Crack it up! Crack it up!
My next submission for months. Let's discuss the submission that was deemed a total loss. First, I want to go over the cards that were sent from account number 2, the anonymous account that was somewhat still associated
anonymous,
with my location, payment information, etc. This submission was sent at the exact same time as the submission from account number 1. These cards were received by a tag on January 2nd. Card number 1 is the English Dark Dragonite from Team Rocket that features a nice swirl to the left of the Pokemon coming off the hand. Card number 2 is a Japanese Reverse Holo Eevee that was relatively clean despite some surface scratches. Card number 3, Japanese Reverse Holo Vaporeon that features a cheeky little engraved hi on the back of the card. Card number 4, Japanese Watsy Heracross that features a swirl to the right of the Pokemon's head.
Why are people just ruining these cards, bro?
Card number 5, Japanese Blastoise from Galactic's Conquest that features a swirl to the left of the cannon and hand of the Pokemon. This is where things start to get a little funky. I waited and waited and waited. Keep in mind, my other submission took only 1 week to complete on the other account, and I sent both times only taking a week to complete and send back to me, while this submission just sat. I reached out to tag support multiple times, getting the generic wait times responses. 5 months of waiting later, I had finally had enough. I sent for updates daily and even opened new inquiries multiple times until I was told that the operations department of tag just couldn't provide an update. The submission has been escalated to a concern of full loss. It was just gone. At this point, the submission had been completed in my account. It has full dig reports. Cards have been encapsulated already. Somehow in the last
I wonder how my submission's doing.
They sent me a full breakdown of a refund offer. My grading and shipping fees would be refunded, and the approximate value of each of the cards after being graded would also be refunded. All in all, to be honest, given the situation, I did feel like the compensation was going to be very fair. On May 5th, day tag gave me the news, I posted in a couple of Pokemon card discords if anyone had experienced an entire submission being lost at tag before. I did some Googling, I looked through Reddit, I couldn't find another instance of an entire tag submission disappearing. And then something miraculous happened. 1 week later, I was informed that my submission had magically appeared and would be shipped to me on the double. A real head scratcher, this one. I'll leave the tinfoil hat off and let you guys come to your own conclusions for what happened with this submission. After 5 months of waiting though, the cards are back. Let's go through them. First card is the Dark Dragonite Holo that got the...
Ew, 5, that's terrible.
You can see here, it's got that little swirl coming off of its hand that we showed before submission. Second card is the Sun and Moon Eevee Reverse Holo that got the tag 8. This card definitely had some surface scratches on the front that look like they were caught here. Next, we have the Sun and Moon Reverse Holo Vaporeon that got the tag 4. Once again, the 4 is attributed to me saying hi to the machine. You know, I just want to be in their good graces before they take over the world, okay? Next, we have the Vintage Japanese Heracross that got the tag 9. And of course, it has the nice swirl right to the right of his head. Last but not least, we have the Galactic's Conquest Blastoise that got the tag 5 that has the nice swirl over by the cannon and hand. Now, this 5-month delay really threw a wrench in my plans for this video. Originally,
no! Unbelievable! No!
Account, repeating the same test that I did through account number 1. I really wanted to test whether someone unknown to the company's submissions would receive the same level of scrutiny.
By the way, this is going to be the last video I do today. Then we're going to do speedrun stuff.
As someone like myself or DPM. For obvious reasons, I didn't feel like it was a good idea to resend cards through that account, given what just happened. I decided to recruit a friend of mine to help me finish the test. A completely anonymous account with no relation or association to me in any way. Another wrench thrown into my plans is the fact that it is now May that I am sending these cards to tag and not January. All of the grading companies are experiencing insane backlogs because of a surge in popularity of Pokemon and because of...
Thank you, Logan Paul, for ruining another meme. Yay! Logan Paul ruining something!
That many of the companies have completely closed their lower grading tiers. I had to send this submission and the next submission through the priority tier. That is $150 per card so that I could finish this.
Oh yeah, the freaking PSA ones were $80. That's why.
Test before 2027. The first submission I sent through this account was a total of 5 unique cards. Card number 1, Japanese Umbreon Reviving Legends that features not 1 but 2 beautiful beautiful swirls in the bottom left and right of the card.
How are they
Card
swirling
number
it?
2, Japanese Espeon Reviving Legends, that again features 2 swirls in the bottom left.
How are
and
those
right
swirls
of the
happening?
Card number 3, Japanese Red Gyarados, that features another insanely well-placed swirl in the space surrounded by the body of the Pokemon. Card number 4, Japanese Rayquaza, that features a perfectly placed swirl located in the space between the hand and tail of the Pokemon. Card number 5, Japanese Gyarados.
How are they
Silver
getting the
Collection,
swirls in
that
there?
again features 2 swirls in the bottom left and right of the card. Tag received these cards on May 13th and shipped them back to me on May 16th. A very fast turnaround, but it better be when I'm shelling out $150 per card. Let's once again check out the results. First card, we have the Umbreon Holo from Reviving Legends. This got the tag 8.5 and 887. Because I'm paying so much per card, I guess we can see the number out of 1,000 now. So with this particular submission and the final submission, we'll be able to see those numbers going forward. And of course, you can see both the beautiful little swirls down here in the bottom left and right. Next, we have the Espeon from Reviving Legends. This one got the tag 9, a 916, so a fairly low 9, I guess. And again, you can see the swirls in the bottom left and bottom right. Next is the Japanese promo Red Gyarados Holo. This got the tag 8 and 804, just squeaked out the 8, I guess. And again, you can see this perfectly placed swirl right here between the tail and the body. Next, the Japanese Rayquaza Holo from Cry from the Mysterious.
This makes no sense,
9, a 918, again a pretty low 9. And again, we have that perfectly placed swirl between the tail and hand of the Pokemon. Last but not least, we have the Soul Silver Collection Gyarados Holo. That got the tag 9. It got a 929, so on the lower ends of 9s, I guess. And we have both the swirls here, a half swirl in the bottom left and almost a full swirl here in the bottom right. Now that all of the preliminary submissions are completed, it's time to crank that difficulty up to hard mode.
Hard mode! Let's go!
Has been submitted through tag grading, is going back once more in one final massive 18 card submission. Will tag recognize that every card submitted is a resubmission, apart from a couple of decoys, of course? And if they don't, how consistent will the grades be the second time around? This submission consists of 18 total cards, all submitted through the priority tier at $150 per card. If you enjoy this video, it obviously took a hell of a lot of time and money to complete, so hit that like button and subscribe for hopefully more videos like this in the future. The cards were
I'm not liking your video. I'm good, bro.
And sent back to me on July 7th. Now, just a reminder before we hop into this return, JC from Tag Support and Deep Pocket Monster both claimed that if the grades of the cards remain the same after resubmission, that the cards should be recognized and encapsulated with that same grade and the same previous certification number. The same as the results that happen on easy mode at the start of the video. And as we saw before, resubmissions will be tagged as such on the order detail page in the account dashboard. All right, enough yapping. Let's check out the results. The first 5 cards we're going to look at were the initial 5 cards that were all caught as resubmissions in the easy mode version of the test. Sent from a completely anonymous account, not a single one of them were caught as a resubmission, and even the Togetic was not identified as having evidence of recoloring anymore. As you can see from the first submission, this card was identified twice as having evidence of recoloring. It did not have evidence of recoloring when it was sent from an anonymous account. Instead, it got a tag 9, a 906 tag score, and is the second highest overall Japanese graded Togetic graded by tag. How the heck does that happen? Before some of you in the comments start screaming about how it's not the same card, here is the swirl that I showed off at the beginning of the video, the very same swirl and holo pattern that the Togetic had in the first 2 submissions that it has now. Card number 2 is the Sabrina's Gengar, and look at that. The first time around, it got a tag 6. The second time around, it was caught as a resubmission and was not regraded. The third time around, it also got a tag 6, was not caught as a resubmission, and was graded with a different certification number. In theory, since this is the exact same card, and it got the same grade that it had before, it should have been caught again as a resubmission, but it wasn't. Last thing I wanted to compare with the Gengar is the centering score. So this is one of our first English cards that was regraded, and it should be much easier, right, for the system to measure accurately the centering of an English card. On the front, we've got 50-50, 49-51, we've got 51-49, 51-49, we've got 52-48, 53-47, and we have 54-46 and 53-47.
Right.
So, not egregiously off, but again, it's centering. It's something that you should be able to do. Right? Even the dimensions of the cards are slightly different. It just seems so strange to me. And again, just so that we know we're on the same page and it's the exact same card, we have the nice swirl here. We've got the big orb here. We got the orb in the corner. It's clearly the same card that was not caught the second time around. Next up, we have the Classic Collection Charmander. First time around, this card got the tag 8. Second time around, it was clocked as a resub and was sent back to me with the original certification number. Third time around, it was regraded, a tag 8.5 with an 863 tag score. Just so that we understand its the same card, you can see that in the back top left, it has the exact same scratch that we took a look at the beginning of the video. They just bumped it a half grade, even though the card doesn't have any other improvements or issues. It's not like it missed something that it got the first time. It has the exact same scratch that it got the first time. It just went up half grade. Card number 4 is the Squirtle from the Classic Collection. Now, originally it got the tag 4. The second time through, it got caught as a resubmission. The third time through, it got the exact same grade, a tag 4, and was not caught as a resubmission. Despite having the most egregious and identifiable damage to the card, literally a phrase written the exact same way. It's like identifying an autograph. It would be identifying me writing hi on the back of the card, was not identified and was not caught as a resubmission the second time around, while it should have been, given that both of the cards got the exact same grade. So that's 2 cards so far that should have been caught as a resubmission that weren't. So last card of the original easy mode submission, this was the Gardevoir from Don Dash. So this got a tag 8 originally, was recognized as a resubmission the second time around. The third time around got a tag 9, a 902, so just barely squeaked out the 9. So this first one has our biggest discrepancies of what was caught the first time around versus what was caught the second time around. The biggest difference is with the amount of dings that were caught the second time around. So the first time around, we had 3 corner dings, 2 edge dings, and 1 surface ding. This time around, we had 2 corner dings, 0 edge dings, and only 1 surface ding. So the second time around, we are missing 2 edge dings and 1 ding on the corners, which probably attributed to why the card went from an 8 to a 9. So it looks like it caught most of the stuff on the back, but didn't catch any of the issues on the front that were caught the first time around. Lastly, again, just so we understand it's the same card, we've got our swirls, we've got our star right next to Gardevoir, and we have our little orb right up here, creating the triangle of beauty right next to the beautiful Gardevoir. The next 5 cards were the 5 cards resubmitted from the sub that got lost for 5 months. And surprisingly, it contained the only card that was identified as a resub in this final 18 card submission. And that is this Vaporeon. The Vaporeon Reverse Holo originally got the tag 4. This was one of the cards that I wrote hi on the back of. The second time around from the anonymous account, it was caught as a resubmission. Interestingly enough, the other card that I wrote hi on the back of was not identified as a resubmission, and they were both in the same sub. The next card is the Dark Dragonite Holo. Originally, it got the tag 5. The second time through, it got the tag 6. Another card that's gone up 1 grade. I hope that throughout this experiment, you guys can see that cracking a slab does not automatically mean that you are going to damage and decrease the grade of a card, especially a tag slab. Tag slabs are one of the easiest slabs on the market to cleanly crack. A lot of these cards are going up in grade, and they are very obviously the same cards. This is one of our English cards, so I want to check the centering measurement first. The front centering, we got a 46.54 and a 56.44.
I'm able to get the
on the 6 on the front, we got a 47.53 and a 55.45. On the back on the 5, we got a 53.47 and a 57.43. And on the back on the 6, we got a 53.47 but a 55.45. So both measurements on the front were different, and the top to bottom measurement on the back was different. And again, the actual dimensions of the card are somehow slightly different as well. It looks like we have some pretty decent discrepancies in dings here as well. We've got 4 back corner dings and 2 surface dings, 1 on the front and 1 on the back. Here we only have 2 back corner dings, 1 back edge ding, and 3 surface dings, 1 on the front and 2 on the back. So we have 6 overall dings on the 5, 6 overall dings on the 6, and yet we've gone up an entire grade. It looks like we got very similar damage. There was 1 corner caught on the 5 that wasn't on the 6, and then 1 edgeware piece that was caught on the 6 that wasn't caught on the 5. I don't know how that increases a grade, but yeah, somehow we increase from a 5 to a 6. And just so we understand again that this is the same card, we've got the swirl coming off of the hand here, the swirl coming off of the hand of the 5. We also have the orb on the tip of the wing here, and we also have this little orb down here by the foot. We also have these 4 orbs here. I mean, I don't know how much more I have to do for you guys to understand that I'm sending the same cards. I'm doing my best here, guys, okay? Next up, we have the Sun and Moon Reverse Holo Eevee. Originally, this got the tag 8. I sent it back, and it got the tag 9. So once again, we have a card that went up a full grade. Personally, I feel like the 8 makes a lot more sense on this card than the 9. Because if you look at what the 8 actually caught the first time around that the 9 didn't, you've got some pretty significant like edgeware stuff happening here that was on the front of the card. And again, very interestingly, this is the second card that we saw where
I don't know,
the front damage was not actually...
Okay, what else do we got here? It's like... Alright, I'm bored of this video. Alright, we're gonna do some speedrun stuff. I'll be real, I'm actually bored of this video. I was like, yeah, this is kind of boring. It's like, okay, talking about grades, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, yeah, we're gonna do some speedrun stuff. Let me get Crush going real quick. Let me find my Crush thing. Let me got my controller, let me get my, hold on, let me find my USB thingy. Alright, USB thing. Sorry for the noise. Um, I'm gonna practice some Crush, and there will be some weird audio glitching, because PPSP tends to love lagging for some reason when I play on this. When I play on PPSP stream, but do some bit of practice. Me put the thing here. You just put the screen. All right, we're gonna play some Crush because okay, let me find the. Okay, there we go. Okay, so somebody's messaging me, but I can't look at that now because I'm streaming. Okay. Maybe I get a lot like weird lagging sounds, but people voted any percent, so you have to see me practice this hell, absolute hell to practice. Okay. Oops. Oops. Here goes the auto glitching. Oh, it was close. I thought I made that. Oh my god. Alright. Let's jump. This is so sad this thing got up. Yeah. Ah. I haven't just practiced this trick. Yeah, I'm trying to do in DFTG, but it's not doing it right. Yeah, that's what Hilda kind of said when she did her video. Hilda made a video on Crush. You should totally watch that. I didn't mean to do that. I think I would skip the edit, the whole thing. You just practice the trick. Yeah, so I'm trying to do is an FDG, a DFDG. It's just basically the inverted FVG. Okay, do that. This trick's, I've done it the other way before. Yeah, the problem with the other way is it's not as consistent, but I'm gonna lag this thing. Okay. That's what I was trying to do. But I usually never get it that way. I usually get it the other way. There's another way to do what I was trying to do. It's the that's an infinite jump glitch. I'm missing the this. There we go. Yeah, it's just okay, there's one I want to practice. Alright. Oh, I hate the barrier boost, but I have to practice it. I'm gonna do a state here just so it's easy to practice the trick. Crap. No, this trick's annoying. This trick's so annoying to do. What I'm trying to do is... Yeah, I can't get the... See that bump I'm getting? That bump of that momentum of speed when I like flip off the edge. So there's a barrier that prevents you from So I'm trying to do that, but when I jump onto that part, it's really annoying. This trick's so awful. Yeah, it's... Yeah, you need to boost the speed. I keep flipping off the side. How did I do this before? So if you go here, I think it'd be better if I just show off the IL. This trick's really annoying, as you can see. This trick's so annoying, I hate it. This trick actually sucks. There we go. Yeah, trick's stupid. Yeah, this trick's so annoying. So, this floor is so low to the ground, if you jump off, you just die instantly. But because you're getting the speed of lipping the edge and then jumping, you can make it over here. Just to do this very specific setup that I came up with. So you barely make it over there normally, but you should see it done. That's the problem, is you don't get enough speed. Like, there's one of these that I only have gotten twice because of the way the layout. Okay. Yeah, so that's the barrier boost. You do one in this level too. You do one here too. I have to do it twice, and they're all like 10 plus minutes into the. Okay. It's even more egregious. Yeah, you can see what's around a problem. And if you jump higher, or show here, you miss. You have to have a very specific jump control that you want to set up here. This jump sucks. His jump is ass. Yeah. You see why this, I don't do this. Yeah. Yeah, there's one early route I'll just show a video of because I have the thing pulled up. Let me pull it up real quick. Pull up my IL here. And show the... Yeah, this is the one I'm going to show off real quick. Hang on a second. Actually, I could still hear the thing in the background, but anyway, just show you the one I was talking about in the early rise. This shit fucking sucks. I'm never going for this because if you even do it fast, it saves like 4 seconds, and it's not worth. Because this just thing in particular here. So you start off by turning the camera here. And that's a problem. So you have to do a very specific setup here. I think it's like here, you gotta like do this, and you gotta like do this jump. I think it's like full jump. See, you just barely missed that corner. If you go too much to the left there, you just get cooked on the. Yeah, it's so annoying to do that jump. Yeah, it's such an annoying jump. I hate it so freaking much, dude. This jump just sucks. It's 4 seconds. It's not worth the 4 seconds it saves to do it. Which is why I don't do it at any percent. Because it's 4 seconds. You could just do it the normal way. That's like 4 seconds less. I'm like, forget it. 4 seconds, or whatever. Unless I have to do it, I'm not going to do it. And then there's... So I'll show you a good example of what the double jump glitch does. Not double jump, it's I recommend you watch the Crush Saga by Stoic Rose. She has a video, a full set of videos talking about the game. Alright, I'm gonna show you some an example of the double jump being used. I think you probably already saw this level, I think. But it's actually more of an infinite jump glitch, infinite air jump glitch more than a double jump glitch, but I'm gonna do like a tip movement there. Nothing well, we just have to tap it a little bit, but sometimes it doesn't always go. But you jump like this. Too late, so I'm gonna get the... Tip the corner here and you can not take fall damage. Yeah, that's the example of the infinite jump glitch being used. Here, because you actually skip a lot doing that. Previously, it was only known they could jump twice, but some guy in the YouTube comments section actually figured out you can double jump, do more than 2 jumps, and I was like, oh wow, that could be abused. And that's just kind of sawing out the frying pan, all those other levels. It really affects a level like this, like Pacifier, which you skip a lot of the stuff. Let's demonstrate. Do it right. We technically do it the other way. Oh, I forgot to get the stupid marble over here, that's okay. You know what? I was thinking it might be just be faster to go over here. They still gotta crush the same amount of times anyway. It might be the same thing, but could be wrong. Over here, so having the backtrack over here. Yeah, okay. Like this. Over here. This. Yeah, okay, I think this is technically better to do it over here. This might be more consistent. Might be more consistent to go over here. Alright, okay, let's just keep going. I'm gonna practice this jump anyway. This is only gonna be used in all levels. You don't do this level on any anyway. I'll do this level at any percent anyway, so. That's how you're supposed to do it, like this. Just save over here. Yeah, it's way easier than doing it the other way. I don't know why in particular I chose to jump to the other side and go around. Yeah, you could do 6 max. Pretty sure it's 6. Dang. Well, let's do the IL, I guess. Send me to do that. Let's see if I can try it again. Okay. Okay. This. Let's see if we can get a 153. Sound with this strat. Wait, why? Why? Wait, where's the other part? Wait, hold on. Wait, why is... What? Wait, what? Okay, why wasn't it there that time? That's weird. I think that's why I did it on the upper side the last time. Sometimes that happens in a... I think that's why I did it like that the last time. That's why. Should appear now, I think. Why isn't it appearing? I want to investigate this. I want to know why it isn't appearing. Exactly. think it's a very specific spot I'm jumping in that's... Want to see something real quick? Check out up here. No, that area did not appear. It's supposed to be there. Okay, what's causing it to... You see it appears now. It did not appear. It did not appear. Okay, let's see something here. Yes, it appears now. Yes. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Let me see if it appears when I jump to the other side here. Yep, okay, it's loading in now. Okay. So I figured out why it wasn't appearing. So the reason why I did it the way I did in my IL was because of that. But now that I solved it, I can do the other route that I wanted to do originally when I did this. But now I know why it's doing that. I can do it the way I wanted to do the level originally. Okay, there we go. Well, I did it the way I wanted to do the level originally before I did this. Oh, wow, that actually, changed a significant bit. Well, that's a PB, but I can get a better time. So we'll do that. We'll do the... So now the route can actually be done since I've actually figured out why it does that. That's gonna be literally 2 seconds, but this is what you do in real time. Never mind, we're not gonna do the real time strat then. Oops. I'm getting under 50 now that I have this level solved. Yeah. The reason I figured out the reason why the level loads the chunks like that. Because it wasn't within drawing distance to do that, which is why it was not doing it originally. Which makes a lot of sense. Which makes a lot of sense. That actually makes way more sense than I thought. Yeah. That should be under 50. I think it should be, at least. Yeah, as I thought. Okay. It is under 50. That technically does the thing. It is technically people. I'll get it off stream because I can easily get off stream, so... Yeah, that's one you won't see in any percent. You'll see that on all levels, though. The end is another weird one, because you can... there's a lot of weird jumps you can do that can cheese like intended solutions. Downloaders didn't really intend you to do some of the stuff we're doing here. You can actually jump in the middle of the cutscene. You just jump on before the cutscene will play. You can actually interrupt like this, like that. So you can jump before the 3DS. This is more broken than this level. You can skip the whole thing entirely, but that's hard. Show that strat. Yeah, you can jump like off there. It's a really tricky jump, but if you want to see more, you can look at the. Yeah. I did find a reroute for beach volleyball, but unfortunately, it's exactly the same as the normal one, which made me a little sad. Awesome Vacation's still pretty much the same since I rerouted it, but a lot the same. But this level actually got to practice anyway. Yeah, this level is kind of annoying. Especially like enemy grinds like this. Yeah, this level kind of is. I'm almost able to get the turn, but I think it's this way of doing this a long time ago. Yeah, there we go, like this. Do this like this. Wow, okay, what the heck? What the hell was that? Did I get the 20? Oh, shot, I got it. Oh my god! That's perfect! Oh my god, that's no shot. That's actually a perfect boss on Vacation. Yeah, I don't think you can do the level any better than that. Yeah, I've been hunting for this 20 for a long time. I finally got it. I've been hunting for this like 2 years. I finally got this. I finally got the marble skip on that. Man, I've gotten really good at those marble skips recently, but yeah, that's as good as you're gonna get lost on Vacation. I think I can safe to say that this level is fucking dead. What else? Oh my god. I want to try to do the pacifier again, see if I can get the level. Yeah, that delay skip's hardly hits. The camera auto adjusts. Oops, I made the. Yeah, let's see if we can get a 48 here. If we get the 49, I'm just gonna take that and submit that instead. Yeah, so I gotta tip the camera. And so you always try to manually turn the camera if you can. In most cases, it's faster to manually turn the camera unless you can't. This is like I said, if Ilda gets 19, she can have it. Like, I'm not gonna prove that long-term vacation. That's as best as I'm gonna get it. That's as good as it's gonna get from me unless she wants to. Yeah, the reason I'm gonna go here like this is because the level not loading. I think that should be a 48. Maybe 49 again, I don't know. It'll mess through them. Wow, okay, never mind, I'll take this. I'll take it. Alright, it's good enough for me. Like, if Hilda wants to try and beat it, she can, but I'm not gonna beat this. This is fine. But yeah, so, The reason why I did it the other way for a long time. Alright, so I'm gonna actually explain to you how, like, the blocks load. So, the blocks load based on how high you are when you crush, dependent on the height. So if you see, right, or like in the, so there's two parts, there's two tiers of, there's three, like 4 levels of the level, right? As you can see, there is the bottom part, which is what I double jump to. And then there's this, like, there's like this, how do I put it? It's like this 2.5, like, foot section, like 2.5. And this is like, get a quick glimpse. So, like, see those blocks over there? The one I was standing on, I did the thing that gets over here. This is, I'll just call this like F2, for example. Like, this is for like, this is for 1. That thing is B1. This is 1. This is 2. And then this is still 2 over here. And I'll show you where we're jumping from. Going to floor 1, the bottom floor, and then we're on the floor we were just on. And if you notice, right, the reason why the thing works the way it does is because this area, can't zoom it in, but so this block, right, this thing, this block is actually, how do I explain it, like, without being too cryptic. This block here, I think, is 1 tile higher than this one. You can see it, right? You can see, like, the block I was standing on is actually, I don't know, but it seems like it's a little bit higher than this one. Yeah, you can see it, right? You can see you can see it's like 1 tile higher. See that? This block is 1 tile lower, the one I'm standing on now, than when I originally started. So if you crush here and you jump here, you'll notice that the part of the pinwheel is unloaded. But if you you go here, right, and then you crush here, right, you'll notice that the pinwheel is not unloaded. And you'll see that the pinwheel is no longer unloaded, see? Halfway unloaded. You'll see that the level up top here is fully loaded versus where we were standing before. And I think I figured out why the blocks that get loaded when they're crushed, and the parts of the level that get loaded. And that was because this level is... I'm going to see it, like, here, look. Yeah, even though it looks like it's yeah, it looks like that, but it's actually not that. It's actually an approximation of what that looks like. But this part of the level is actually like 1 tile higher. I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know why it does that, but like, I guess it's actually calculating it. See the ghost block up there? So if you crush here, you'll see this block up here. So I think it's calculating it based on this structure over here. I'll go back and show you. Actually calculate from this structure over here. So this is the highest block on this. Well, it's technically this one. So I guess the level where you double jump from is calculated how high you are, but the blocks that are loaded in, the tiles that are loaded in, are based on what the highest block is, I think. And I think since this is the highest block, it's actually loading it from the perspective of being up here your jump height is still, from where high you are, is still over here. I think because this block is lower than this one, this block is higher than this one, it calculates it from, let me see. It actually calculates it from, I believe it's from like, as if you were like, I could be wrong, but it's calculating it as if you were the highest block you could stand on. So it's calculating it from this spot is where the, how it loads, you get what I'm saying, right? It loads from the highest part of the object. As you can see, this is the loaded here because you jump here. The highest part of the object of this floor is, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know why, like it calculates it. Don't ask. I don't know why it does this, but... Cause see how there's no ghost block here? So it doesn't, I guess it's not calculating this. But there's no ghost block up here, right? So ghost block also applies to an area which you can stand on. So it's actually calculating it from... See those brown blocks right where this thing is spinning over here? This guy. It's because this is a block you could technically stand on for even a second. So it's actually calculating it from that height. So it's not this thing here, it's calculating the height. Actually, because the ghost block is something you can technically stand on for about like a half a second. Because as you notice when I did the DFTG, I was able to stand on this. So this is actually a block you can technically stand on when crushed. You see, you can technically stand on for about a half a second. You saw like a little bit of delay before you fell, and that is why right there that you can do that. You actually FTG down here, I think, could do it. Actually FTG down here, I don't know why, but yeah, you can do that. Actually, like, get down here. Actually get down there. Actually get down there if you really want to, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, that was the stream today. Unfortunately, next Friday won't be the same because I work Friday evening, and I'll probably I'll be probably streaming in the morning, unfortunately. But this is going to be a few Saturdays. I'm probably going to be working a double. Sunday will be the same. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna be highlighting those vids and getting back.